affinities, infinities. Hi people, it's Marcy and welcome back to me fangirling and me doing another different video because if you read the title, I'm going to talk about a K-pop otome game. So if you're new to the channel, and consider subscribing. It's a fun time here, I promise. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Quick little lesson about otome games before we get into the actual game I'm gonna talk about. So otome game, or in Japanese, otome game, are story-based games specifically targeted to girls and women. Otome is the feminine term that literally means maiden. So when you put otome and game in the same sentence, it literally means maiden or female games. A slang term or a nickname for it is called otoge, not to be confused with otoke. Otome games are well known internationally as visual novels, simulator, and simulation games centered mainly around dating. That's like the gamer slash the actual definition from the interwebs. To put it in terms that you and I can understand, think of it like a YA fanfiction, but in a game. Because in a fanfiction, you just kind of write out what happens and you call it a day. In these otome games, usually you're interacting with the characters slash the love interest, and you have usually more than one. Most fanfictions is usually just one person you're going after. In otome games, you have like 7 or more, depending on how crazy you want to get. Plus, in otome games, it's more like you control the story because you actually make decisions and you say things that have actual positive and negative consequences further down the line. I was so obsessed with them. I had 3 of them on my phone. It was unhealthy and getting concerned. I would spend money getting iTunes cards so I can buy the little diamonds, flowers, whatever currency that was in the game to buy chapters and progress further to the story and everything else in between. It was nuts. Thankfully, I think it took a month for me to realize
this is getting unhealthy. Let's stop.
And then K-pop took over. Here I am. I remember I wanted to make a video about this because I thought it was a really cool just concept of combining the otome game genre and K-pop. You know how dating in K-pop shouldn't be a big deal, but the big deal, especially according to twitter.com as well as other resources that I have yet to check. KQ Entertainment don't have a dating ban, so ATEEZ could have literally started dating from their debut to now. And then Stray Kids dating ban, because of JYP, the dating ban's for 3 years. Their dating ban was just lifted. My timing couldn't have been any more perfect for this. So the game we'll be talking about is called Idols. You see the play on words there. It's from this gaming site called Itch.io, either Itch.io or Itch.io. Realize your dream. You go to South Korea, maybe not now sis, but in the future, for a year for a university exchange. Your cousin and best friend Claire will have this incredible experience by your side. But Claire is not only that, she's also the sister of the leader of one of the biggest K-pop groups of the moment, Third Star. Who would have thought? Once in Seoul, you will have the opportunity to discover Korean culture to progress in your studies, but also get closer to these stars that you admire so much. Perhaps you will thus be able to discover what is hidden behind the rhinestones and the sequins, and the chaotic nature. Care who you are, how famous you are, you're chaotic. Incredible friendships extend their arms to you, and perhaps so much more if affinities. Infinities! Choose from Himchan, Chinni, Ja, and Hanyul. I've never heard that name and I kind of like it. Other idols that appear in the game are not potential love interest or crush. That's so sad, but that's okay. Decide your destiny. You'll have your destiny in your hands because this trip will not be a long, calm river either. Who's that kid? Well, there's Drun from DKB, who's the only calm, kind of chaotic person I know so far. Here, your decisions have a real impact on the rest of the story, short or long term. That's what I mean. That's what I like about otome games. Again, it's a YN fan fiction, but it's a game for it because at least in the game, you get to interact and make choices that actually give you different endings to however long the relationship slash storyline lasts for. Free game without action points, diamonds, rubies, tickets, and energy. In most otome games, at least on the mobile phone. Well, then again, there was Blush Blush that Markiplier plays, so I guess it does apply to those too. From my experience, usually when you get the app game, usually it's you have to buy diamonds, rubies, tickets, energy, buy all this stuff to further progress the story along, if that makes sense. You either buy it and just kind of play along as you go, or you were like me and sometimes you just waited and then played along because you didn't have that much money to begin with. And then in Blush Blush that Markiplier played again, I know that he had to buy diamonds to really boost up and to get to detective case of figuring out whether or not they had an actual character based off of him.
That is 127,000%. Cue the dramatic music. 120,000% me.
For other games, at least other otome games, at least for the PC desktop, I don't know. Impactful choices for the plot and your relationships, twists, turns, emotions, varied, intriguing, and enduring characters, a dense universe around the game, a real dive to the world of K-pop, magnificent, I can't English. Magnificent settings for a more realistic atmosphere than ever. Lot of bonus content to unlock. Cultural files to learn more about Korea. Ooh, that's actually kind of cool. I like that. Contest to win wonderful gifts, and your choice equals your love story. New chapters come out when they are ready. There's no date given. Please don't ask the developers when the next chapter comes out. This way is how to download it. And this game is PEGI, which I'm sure means PG here in America, 16, which probably means 18 over here in America. It contains highly explicit erotic scenes. If you're not of required age or maturity, skip these scenes. You always have the option for the scene. For some games they have that, or some games it might be like not erotic scenes, but like some gory, I really like explicit scenes of like, you know, blood and like maybe somebody getting stabbed or something. Why my mind go there essentially, I don't know. And Idols, the player will play a French student in Korea, LLCER. Idol is an actual school, don't hold me against that, who goes to Seoul for a year as part of her study. She will join a Korean university there with her cousin. There she'll meet Colin, a very American name, her Franco Korean cousin who she has not seen in 15 years. Okay, gotcha. Who is now part of the K-pop group Third Star. This will be an opportunity for our heroine to visit Korea and soak up its culture, but also to follow the group and dive into the world of K-pop, to attend concerts, to get to know the members as men and no longer just stars that she admired, and to also sometimes discover behind the scenes. Play it on Android. It's not on the Apple Store, unfortunately. Unfortunately, you don't have the budget to pay translators to translate the game into multiple languages. It's free. It was made by the crew in their spare free time. Again, if you want to get it, it's on itch.io. This is not sponsored by the game developers. I just found this on my own time a long time ago. I just really wanted to talk about it. It's in French, so if you speak French, you'll have a fun time on here. If you don't speak French like me, and you can barely Korean, nor Spanish for that matter, you might be able to get by, but at the same time, you might. Okay? I just let you know right now. I thought it was a really interesting video and thing to talk about. It's the whole concept of like otome games and just K-pop all in the same genre. If you guys want me to play this game, despite the fact that I don't know a lick of French, let me know and I will. With that being said, this is the end of the video. If you liked it, please leave a like, because that lets me know if you like these kind of videos that I put out. Also subscribe, notifications turned on. Social media, which is TikTok and Twitter, that's on the screen. By the time you're watching this, I'm probably working on my Kingdom recap series. On either side is gonna be the most recent video I uploaded, which is a Stray Kids crush list. On the other side, it'll be a YouTube recommended video you'll watch of mine, hence why YouTube recommended to you. And until next time, I hope this video made you feel better in some way, shape, or form. I will see y'all in the Kingdom recap video. Bye!